Top 10 Greatest Football Dribblers of All Time. Hello, and welcome to LM10 vs CR7 Galaxy. Today, we will be bringing to you a very unique topic. The top 10 best dribblers in the history of football. There are many aspects of the beautiful game: goal scoring, passing, shooting, and so on and so forth. However, none of these are as mesmerizing or as eye-catching as dribbling. Dribbling is the main aspect of the game that showcases its entertaining nature. The very sight of a player meandering his way past 3-4 defenders is enough to fall in love with this beautiful game. And, out of the myriads of football players in history, not too many been able to master the art of dribbling at the highest level possible. Throughout the history of football, we've had some incredible dribblers of the ball. Some very entertaining, and others very effective, yet all were extremely eye-catching and nice to watch. In this video, we will be bringing to you the top 10 greatest dribblers in history. Without wasting too much time, let's get straight to it. At number 10, we have Zinedine Zidane. One of the greatest football dribblers of all time. While Zidane was never the fastest player, he was amongst the players with the greatest control of the ball throughout history. He didn't need huge amounts of acceleration when he could control the ball as easily as he could. The player even had a move named after him, called the Zidane Roulette, which is a 360-degree turn he used to get around defenders. Notable games where he displayed incredible dribbling skills were in the 1998 FIFA World Cup finals, as well as one of his best ever performances against Brazil in the 2006 World Cup semi-finals. He was a menace throughout the game, and a thorn in the flesh for the Brazilian team. He dominated, even with the likes of Ronaldinho and Ronaldo in the Brazilian team. Coming in ninth, we have J.J. Okocha, considered by many to be one of the most skillful and entertaining players in history. He was a joy to watch and one of the not too many players who could dazzle the crowd. He was commended for his abilities and inventiveness. His skills would enable him go past defenders with ease, which in turn made him an incredible dribbler of the ball. The only issue is that, he didn't play for the most dominant teams in the world in his career, and as such he wasn't truly known, compared to the other players in the list. Another thing is, his peak was only short-lived, otherwise, he may have had a shout for the Ballon d'Or for his incredible footballing abilities. However, he was without a doubt one of the greatest dribblers of the ball. Number 8. Pele. Though considered one of the greatest football players of all time, Pele is mainly known for his goal-scoring prowess. Because of this, many tend to underrate his other traits. The very name of Pele paints the quintessential picture of an immaculate goal machine. However, not many are aware of his capabilities of cutting through a defense. He was an incredible dribbler of the ball as well, and definitely one of the best in history. We have reveled in his legacy, witnessed his immense goal-scoring capabilities. But have we talked about his dribbling skills? That there are only a handful of videos of the Brazilian great is one of the biggest tragedies in football. However, even the limited videos are proof that his dribbling abilities were second to none. The ball always looked like it was stuck to his feet. He had incredible ball control and would even manage to wriggle his way out from tight corners. He would hold onto the ball with defenders surrounding him in the 18-yard box, and still find a way out and score. Number 7. George Best. Hailed as one of the greatest football players of all time, and one of the few who are termed with the word genius in football. Best is a true legend for fans of Manchester United, the club where he spent the majority of his career. He will be the most prolific player of the club for several seasons, allowing them to win several trophies throughout his stay. Not only was he a goal scorer, but also a great dribbler. Some even consider him as one of the greatest dribblers of all time. Featuring primarily at right wing, Best's playing style combined pace, balance, skill, feints, two-footedness, and the unprecedented ability to beat the defender with ease. He mainly used his right foot to cut away from defenders, creating space in which he would continue his dribble. Although only using his right foot, he had a great control of the ball. By using the inside and outside of the foot, he allowed himself to quickly change direction or dodge tackles. Coming in 6th, we have Ronaldinho. Funny enough, when the words dribbling and entertainment are spoken, one of the first players that comes to mind is Ronaldinho. One of the greatest entertainers and skillers the world has ever seen. Ronaldinho dazzled the world in his prime, for Barcelona, and for his national team Brazil. With a series of awe-inspiring performances with the Brazilian national team, Ronaldinho burst onto the scene as he helped his national side to the 2002 World Cup. And then, in 2003, Barcelona managed to outbid Manchester United for his signature, and the rest, as they say, is history. After signing for Barcelona, and for the next few years, he would amaze the world. Everything about him seemed so majestic. From his sly feints to his sudden change in acceleration, everything he did was accompanied with a smile on his face. Considered by many as the most entertaining player in history, he was lauded for his technical ability and creativity. Only if his prime had lasted longer, he might have had a claim of being amongst the greatest in history. He was simply a joy to watch. At number 5, we have Johan Cruyff. One of the most skillful players in history. Cruyff was also an incredible dribbler of the ball, and was one of the mainstays of the Holland national team that gave us total football in the early 70s. Although primarily a centre-forward, his national side's new line of football demanded more from every player, and Cruyff always delivered on all fronts. He had the ability to see the weak spots in a defence and took advantage of space. He would see a gap and suddenly accelerate into it and make his way to the penalty area. He was a great dribbler who could suddenly change direction and accelerate past a defender. However, he also had his own move named after him, the Cruyff turn. In this move he would look like passing the ball to his teammate, but instead of kicking he would drag the ball behind his planted foot with the inside of his other foot, turn 90 degrees and accelerate away from the defender. Number 4, Ronaldo Nazario. Also known as El Fenomeno, was known for dribbling past defenders and scoring. Has a claim of being possibly the greatest dribbler in history. Throughout history, not too many players have mastered that step over, as well as he did. His execution of it proved to be a match winner time and time again. His acceleration, technical gestures and ability to thrive in small spaces made him a formidable opponent for any defender. Good with 2 feet and precise in the last gesture, Ronaldo was also an excellent scorer. He made amazing solo runs slaloming through the defense, passing several defenders and finally beating the keeper and scoring a goal. When he was at his absolute peak between 1997 and 1999, he displayed a level not many have seen in history. He dazzled the footballing world, and despite his prime being only short-lived, he is still considered by many to be amongst the greatest players the game have ever seen. This should tell us how great he was, in this 2-3 years where he was at his peak. Coming in third we have Garrincha. Unlike most in this list, who are known for many things, Garrincha was mainly known for his dribbling. Garrincha is considered by many to be possibly the greatest dribbler in football history. His dribbling and technical gestures made him so enjoyable to watch that he was nicknamed Alegria do Povo, which means joy of the people. Elusive on the pitch, Garrincha could speed up any opposing defender and dribble them with disconcerting ease. His connection with the football was unimaginable. He could do things no one ever has or will do on a football pitch. He had an air of confidence about himself when he was on the ball. Some said that Garrincha made the ball talk at his feet. He was well known for his great dribbling move where, it would seem as if, he wants to cut inside, but then suddenly go outside with a fast acceleration. He would then reach the penalty area to score a goal or give an assist. He did this move multiple times in a match and defenders would always fall for it. He won the World Cup twice and Brazil never lost a game with both Pele and him in the team. At number 2, Diego Maradona. One of the greatest football players in history, and another player believed to be possibly the greatest dribbler in history as well. Anyone who has a thing for football, be it playing it, or simply watching it, should have heard of the name Maradona before. His dribbling and especially his devastating body feints allowed him to pass any defense. Besides being a great technician, Maradona was also fast and a very good finisher, as evidenced by his many goals. He is also one of the best attacking midfielders in history. He could get past defenders easily, would use body feints to fool a defender into believing exactly the opposite of what he was actually going to do. He would suddenly change direction when the defender was expecting him to go the other way. It is this style of dribbling he used which is called gambetta. One example of this is his second goal against England in the 1986 World Cup quarter-final, where he would get the ball and beat 5 England defenders before scoring a goal. Maradona would later say in one of his interviews, "In that game no one could have stopped me, not even Mike Tyson." And coming in first, Lionel Messi. Although there are players who have a claim of being the greatest dribblers. For example, Maradona, Garrincha, Ronaldinho, Ronaldo. Lionel Messi is widely regarded to be the best dribbler in history. Blessed with dribbling talent that seems so natural, Messi has always been a menace to defenders since the start of his career. Being extremely agile, explosive and quick on the ball, he is able to easily surprise even the best defenders with his dribbles and feints. His low center of gravity, just like it was with his predecessor, Diego Maradona, makes him extremely difficult to tackle. He is known for his ability to change direction swiftly and evade tackles while running at a blistering pace through the opposition defense. He is the player in history to have scored the most goals from dribbling at least 2 to 3 defenders. He has over 70 goals in his career from beating at least 2 defenders. He has also scored over 10 goals from beating at least 3 to 4 defenders. He also has multiple successful attempts from beating at least 5 defenders. Since the start of his career, he has always been the best dribbler in the world, with his dribbling capabilities being second to none. Honorable mentions. Aside from the 10 players mentioned, there have also been some incredible dribblers in football, past and present, and it would be good to mention them. We have the likes of Neymar Jr., widely considered the second greatest dribbler of this generation after Lionel Messi. An incredible dribbler by his own right. Eden Hazard, who isn't inferior to Neymar at all, and some even believe he's the better dribbler. Has completed the most dribbles after Lionel Messi in the past 20 years. Andres Iniesta, another incredible dribbler of the ball, capable of beating defenders easily and is amongst the players with most dribblers completed in the last 20 years. Aside from this generation, we also have players from past generations like Roberto Baggio, Roberto Rivellino, Stanley Matthews, Zico. There have been many other great dribblers, past and present, and it is impossible to list them all. But what are your thoughts on this? Are there other players you feel should have been in the list, or should have at least been mentioned? Leave your comments below. Thanks for watching, and do not forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for more awesome football videos.